Yeah, welcome back to Fast Lane Philosophies. This is episode 4.5, part 2.
What up?
In part 1, we laid out the landscape. We talked about what happens when you pack up a vision built on the visual flash, the lifestyle branding, and the high-end aesthetic of the West Coast, and you drop it right into the cold, unfiltered grit of the East Coast market. But today, we're stepping past the logistics. We're talking about the fire you have to walk through when you make a move that massive. Because when you switch lanes like that, the industry doesn't welcome you with open arms. They look at you under a microscope. The gatekeepers look for a crack in your armor. The cynics want to see if your authenticity matches the blueprint you're selling. See, a lot of people talk about expanding their brand, but the moment they face real regional scrutiny, they change their sound, they water down their marketing, and they compromise who they are just to fit into someone else's box. Not here. Today is about holding the line under intense scrutiny. But before that, one small question. How did you feel about Kelly's dress on the BET Awards this year?
She was rocking that golden Bowser dress, that ass was fat. Now, all jokes aside, that's why people like me love to attend or love to watch the BET Awards, just to see what women gonna wear. Had me looking the entire night. When you moving at that speed, scrutiny is an obstacle. It's the tax that you pay for being a topic of any conversation. When they want to look under the hood, let them look. Because dissecting a Ferrari Narmer brand, you ain't going to find no hollowed out, cheap built concept, internet hype. They're going to find a meticulous engineering blueprint. They're going to see that the corporate architect of the Master Spawn affiliates, the precision of A1MG, and the enterprise that's been putting down the roots and holding this down ever since 2017. The East Coast does not buy visual flash without the muscle to back it up. When they want the grit, you got to give them the unfiltered truth or the hustle. They want to test the pressure. When they turn the pressure into diamonds, and then we build the watch. All of these cats get a little regional pushback and immediately start editing themselves. They water down their lyrics, they switch down to streetwear aesthetics, and then they dilute the version just to beg for the seat at a table that they should be buying out. That's a rental mindset. Here's for the deed. When you absolutely taking accountability for your risk, you don't strip the gatekeepers of their power. You can't freeze out a man who creates his own climate. You cannot compromise the sound that is built on pure execution, whether it's high intensity trap arrangement or the pick of, pop punk concept, the world that it has to mold. We don't ask for permission to merge in the lane. We just clear the track. So every cycle, looking into the crack of the armor, every stone that you throw just get added to the foundation of the fortress.
For the independent artists and entrepreneurs listening who are trying to expand their market outside of their home territory, how do you build a presence in a new region when the local gatekeepers are actively trying to freeze you out?
It ain't about that, it's more like freezing you out. When the local gatekeepers in a new city lock the front door, you don't stand on the porch just knocking. You go build a whole new venue down the street and make it the only place people really want to be at. Building a presence in a new regions when you just being froze out isn't really about begging to be at the table that's already full. It's about leveraging independent, digital architect and direct to customers. Hype is so loud that the gatekeepers have to eventually answer my call. You get what I mean? The gatekeepers only control the traditional infrastructures like local radio, main venues, and old guarded DJs. But they don't really stop the algorithm. How that local digital campaigns directly target exact demographics in a specific zip code. If you drop a high-end streetwear capsulated, heavy trap rock record, and your content hits the phones of the trendsetters, college campuses, or local creatives that's in that city, when the local crowd's seeing my face, the luxury aesthetics and the content that they see on their feed, curiosity builds. By the time you physically roll out, you're not even a stranger. You is the event. You the birthday.